The cat is out of the bag. Etsy has released their plans and what they plan on doing for 2023 to help sellers on the platform. Earlier this week, they rolled out their announcement with a video talking about all their plans that they have upcoming for the rest of 2023. And today I want to dive into the main points of interest that I think are the most important takeaways, so you guys know what to watch out for and what's coming very, very soon. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast, to the YouTube channel, wherever you guys are watching, listening. I'm glad to be back with you guys. And this episode is my Etsy seller news episode, where I bring you the most relevant, up-to-date, current information, what's going on within Etsy or within the e-commerce world that could be impactful for you guys. And of course, I am your host, LL. So today is a pretty big episode because Etsy just released their plans for 2023 and what exactly they're going to be focused on, what they're going to be rolling out, what they're going to be doing for the rest of this year to help sellers on the platform. So I think this is really important stuff to know, and it's going to be good for you guys to keep an eye out for. And some of this stuff is a little vague. They played it a little bit close to the chest, but I'm going to talk about the main points of interest so you guys know what is going on. They broke this down into 3 categories. Number 1, helping you get discovered by more buyers more frequently, which is yay, that's an important one. Number 2, improving the tools and resources that help you run your business, another important area. And number 3, building a community to support you as you grow, because running a business, like I say, can be a lonely journey. So it's important to have that community aspect, and that's why I started the Handmade and Beyond community, to help people feel togetherness, to get that support, the motivation that they need to continue to grow their business. Let's dive into the most important areas of each of these. And the first one is a big one. That's investing in helping you get discovered. So they're saying that they're going to continue to invest hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising to help get Etsy out there, continue to grow the awareness of Etsy. There's still surprisingly a lot of people who never have heard of Etsy. I still talk to people that they don't know what Etsy is. As big as it is, I think Etsy is the number 3rd selling platform in the world behind Amazon and eBay. Walmart's in there too if you count their online business. But still, very, very big platform, very, very big selling platform. So it's surprising that people don't know what it is, but they're continuing their reach through advertising. They played this one close to the chest. They didn't say exactly how much they're going to spend on advertising in 2023. They basically said that they alluded to the fact that they're going to spend a lot. We know they announced in 2021 that they spent $600 million in advertising. We don't know how much they spent in 2022. And again, we don't know their plans for 2023. They did say that they're going to expand, testing out new channels. They're going to continue to advertise on existing channels. Examples are through email marketing, influencers, through TV ads, which I've been seeing a lot of, podcast ads, which I've been seeing a lot more of. So those are the channels that they've been advertising on, and I think they're going to continue advertising on those and other ones. I'm sure any type of digital media advertising, social media, that type of stuff is probably in play for them as far as advertising. So that's the main thing that they're going to do, is increase or continue to advertise. I don't know if they're going to increase their budget, but they're going to continue to spend a lot of money to advertise, and hopefully we will get more traffic because of that. I think it is a good thing. They're continuing to do things to grow awareness and drive traffic to Etsy. More people come to Etsy, the more potential that those people will come to our shop. So that is always a good thing. The other thing is they're going to roll out more insights to ads and how they're working for us, so you can use them more effectively. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming they're going to adjust the advertising tab within our Etsy homepage. They have continued to improve it, continue to add more features, more flexibility to the Etsy ad platform. where you can take away keywords, add keywords, choose which advertising listings are being advertised, change your budget, things like that. So it'll be interesting to see what they mean by that, what more they're going to do in regard to that. And we've had the stats there, so you can obviously see the stats and how the ads are working for you. So more to come on that. They're going to continue to add new features on the iOS app, such as like a year ago they added the image search. This can help people find your products if they see them out in the real world or like products. Just another way for people to search. Amazon and eBay have had this image search feature for a while, so it's definitely not a bad thing. They're going to continue to add more attributes so that you can continue to refine your attributes in your listings to target a specific audience. They added user-friendly or environmentally friendly, reusable type stuff if your audience is that demographic. So they're going to continue to refine, and I'm sure change and add different attributes that can target more audiences specifically to, if you're targeting, you're really honing in on your target audience with keywords and attributes, the chance of them buying from you, the conversion rate is going to be much higher than a broader audience. So that's what they're trying to do with the attributes. And lastly, they're going to increase the resources and learning materials to help you optimize your shop through the seller handbook. So seller handbook has all the procedures, policies for selling on the platform. So they're going to continue to add to that. You have to wade through that a little bit. It's a little bit of a Bible. They said they were revamping that like a year ago. So it's always going to be a work in progress. I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to want to read through that. You can search for different topics. So they're going to add more resources there to help sellers as well. All right, the number 2 thing that they focused on was improving tools and resources as a whole to help sellers. So the main points of interest in here are they're going to continue to add new features to the seller app, like I just talked about that visual search feature. The main thing that they really pointed out was increasing or updating these social sharing tools that are in there currently. So again, vague. I'm not sure specifically what they're doing and what they have plans for. The app is still, they still have the Sell on Etsy, the old app, and then they have the new app, Etsy Seller. So they have the 2 apps and both are still working. They said the Sell on Etsy app is supposed to be going away, but there's still features in the Sell on Etsy app that aren't in the Etsy Seller app that I don't know why they haven't transferred them over. So I'm still using the old app because it doesn't have all the features in the Etsy Seller app. So I don't know. Maybe they're going to continue to clean that up. But there is the Etsy Seller app. There is more stuff on there, such as Explore and different things like that. So we'll see if they kind of merge them a little bit better. But they said they're going to continue to release more features for that app and continue to listen to our feedback to make it better. The next thing they talked about was continuing to save on shipping labels through partnerships and price negotiations. Shipping is increasingly rising, so it's always a point of contention, especially when they, push for sellers to offer free shipping. I agree you should offer some type of free shipping incentive, maybe not free shipping across the board, but this does cut into your profit margin. So negotiating prices lower is always really important. So I really do hope they continue to keep those prices as low as possible because they've been continuing to rise, the last couple of years. The next thing they talked about was making the listing process easier. Again, a little vague. I'm not sure what they're doing to make listing easier. I don't mind listing on Etsy. I think compared to some other platforms, it's pretty easy. Of course, it can always be better, right? There's always room for improvement. So I'm sure maybe there's some type of quick listing feature that they can do. I'm not sure what they're working on there. We'll just leave that to the imagination, but we'll hopefully see that soon. And lastly, more educational resources to help you find the right pricing strategies. Again, I'm not sure what they're referring to there. I know a lot of people struggle with pricing their products. That's why I use tools such as Allura, which helps you find average prices out there on the market, depending on what items or keywords you're looking for, to give you at least a starting point. But pricing does play into I've done episodes about this before in the normal podcast about how to price your products, how to look at your profit margin to price your products. So you got to look at the market, what the market value is, what your profit margin is, and merge the two together, usually to get your pricing and test. That's important too. So it's not normally as simple as like one cut and dry, this is what you should price your stuff at. It's usually not as easy as that. So just understand that going in. All right. And number 3 is building a community to support you. The things that they talked about in here, the main thing was their virtual seller event, Etsy Up, which they did last year. I don't know if they did it in 2021, but they definitely did it last year. This year it's happening May 18th. So it's just like it's like a keynote. They have a bunch of speakers. They have a bunch of people that are in the industry, that are leaders within the industry, talking about tips and resources and different things that you can do. It's kind of a big event. They do giveaways, they do fun surprises, different things like that. So something that maybe you want to attend, maybe you don't. That's totally up to you. But it is something that they've been doing to kind of help build community within the Etsy seller community, not to be redundant. The other thing they talked about was the 5th annual design awards, where you can submit a listing for to be hopefully selected for the design awards. These are usually, I don't know, the people that are picked are sometimes not like your normal average Etsy seller, I don't think. But most people that are picked are like really, really on top of their game. Like have everything's perfect. Their pictures are perfect. They have very little flaws. They're magazine worthy usually. So I don't know if it's a great representation of the normal Etsy seller, but it's something that they do to raise awareness for Etsy, the Etsy platform, and Etsy sellers that are out there. The next one is continuing to invest in member support, such as they rolled out Help Center chat, I believe, to everyone now. You can get chat support, 24/7 chat support. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, because I know they were talking about rolling it out for star sellers only, and then rolling it out to everyone that has a certain number of sales or has been on the platform a certain amount of time. So if you don't have 24/7 chat, I apologize. Don't attack me. Don't kill the messenger. They just mentioned it in there that they're continuing to do things like that to support sellers. I know their support in the past has been lacking and a big subject of contention. So we'll see. They mentioned it. We'll see if they continue to add support for sellers out there. Last is protecting Etsy with the trust and safety against bad actors. They're really coming down hard on counterfeit stuff, trademark infringement stuff. They made it easier for people to report trademark infringing items, copyright infringed items, and to try to keep the bad actors out of there. I know it seems like they close down 100 shops and 200 pop up. That's always going to be a battle. It's been a battle with eBay and other platforms for a very long time. It's going to continually be a battle. But as long as they're continuing to work on weeding out those shops to make it better for the rest of us, if you're doing the right things, if you're not infringing, you're not doing shady stuff, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. I know a lot of people worry about getting their shops closed and suspended because I see online these horror stories. The majority, 99.9999% of those shops are doing the wrong things. They're doing something against Etsy's policies, and then they're getting shut down. They're like, I'm getting shut down for no reason. No, you're doing it because you're doing something wrong. And most likely it's trademark infringing. You open a shop with 100 Disney items, you're going to get shut down. I'm sorry. You just can't do that. So they're going to continue to work on that and keep those people from, or those bad actors from, muddying the waters. So we'll see. But that is it, guys. Those are the 3 categories and the different things within those categories that Etsy talked about. So you guys know what is going on, what to look out for in 2023. Hopefully some of this stuff gets rolled out sooner than later. I'm anxious to see what they're going to do. I'm anxious to see how their advertising dollars are going to benefit us. Again, I have been seeing more TV ads, more podcast ads, So I think they are trying different things. So it remains to be seen how much that is going to trickle down to the average Etsy seller. But don't let this stop you from taking action in your shop. Continue to work on improving your business. We can't sit back on our laurels and wait for Etsy to change something that will benefit our shop, and that'll be the magic bullet, and we'll automatically start getting traffic. If you're not working on your shop, if you're not taking consistent action, you're not going to see any improvement in your shop regardless of what Etsy does. So that is my soapbox at the end of this episode for you guys. Hopefully that gives you some insight as to what's coming, what to look out for, like I said before. But I'll be back really soon with another good episode for you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day.